Okay, so I wanted to give another update to my progress that I've been making on my Laser Defender game. Had some time this weekend to work on it, so I went ahead and I implemented a player script here, and the player script gives the max energy for the player, and again the energy is also going to be controlling the distance at which the player can be from the base, which is why I have this drain per tick right here. The drain per tick is how much energy is lost every tick, and then I give a tick rate, so you can set that to be right now that's 1, so 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, half a second, however much I want, and then it will drain that much energy from the max energy every tick. So in essence, as the game's being played, it will be pulling the player towards the base, and then they're supposed to collect energy, which is what the enemies are shooting. So they'd have to collect the bullets in order to actually gain energy. I do have on the player base here the max radius. That max radius is used by the player to normalize the distance. So it takes this distance here and takes the health, whatever health you have for the player, and it's going to divide that health by that distance so that you can get the amount of distance that the energy that each one unit of energy is worth, so that it can calculate how far it should be from the base based on how much energy is actually left in the player. So that's how it gets pulled back. It does have here in the player base too, there is a transition speed. So as it gains energy or loses energy, I didn't want it to just jump automatically directly to the position. So this is the speed at which that float will change, its position will change, trying to catch up to that range that the energy is at, to kind of give it like a smoother transition. That's what that does there. I did add an enemy bullet now so that the enemies can shoot. So I have that here in the hierarchy as the tracer. Here's the enemy script. So I got a shot cooldown timer. That's how long it takes for it to shoot. So every 1 second it'll shoot the max random shot time. So this will do a range from 0 to 2 to add to that shot cooldown. So in essence, this could be anywhere from 1 to 3 seconds. The damage that the bullet will do, in this case it's energy, which actually gives it more tether because it needs the energy. So it's how much energy we'll get on it. The Y offset is where the bullet will actually spawn, and then the enemy bullet here, because I did end up giving a bullet script which just has the speed, the damage, and then instead of having a shredder collider, I decided that, well, I'll just detect the Y, and once it reaches a certain Y value in its transform position, it just destroys itself. And I am using an interface, an IDamage interface on the collision detection for the players. That way I can just, any object that has an IDamage has the get damage function, so it can just pull that get damage and set it. And let's see, what else did I do? Added the line renderer to the player base to show the actual link between the player base and the player itself, and then I cleaned up some of the spawning and the wave forms for the character, so for the enemies. And let's see it in action. So here it is in action. You can see that the tether's going down due to the tick rate. No, I just got hit by a bullet. Saw how it got energy, and it was collected. So you can see, boom. So it'll grow. The idea will be that you have to use your energy to do different things. either shoot and destroy the enemies. So you have to collect their bullets to get the power to actually shoot at them. That's one idea. Or if the wave itself just goes off the screen, you have to have enough power to be able to do things. And it might be that the bullets that you miss will charge something at the bottom that will destroy you. So you have to collect their bullets to survive. And then it's just harder to collect them if you don't keep the energy up, because your tethering will be more restrictive. And then I can adjust the speed at which it pulls. You can see the lighting effect that's on here. I'm probably going to give a lighting effect to the bullets as well. Like I said, I want to give it more of an energy theme, kind of like a Tesla style thing, where you have Tesla lightning balls and Tesla coils, things like that, because I really want to use some particle effects for the line renderer that's like an electrical static line going across, and then thinking about using maybe some ray casting shots off this thing, so that it's, since it drains power, so the longer you have it down, the more power you drain, but it'll be just a straight line across the top to hit something. I just kind of wanted to play around with some of those ideas, but wanted to get the core mechanics down for the Laser Defender game, and I think that I've got that done, and I'm achieving some of my technical goals with the light render pipeline, the sprite rendering with lights, and then I do eventually want to get like post processing in here to really give a bloom effect and hopefully make that electricity pop, and maybe use some normal maps on the sprite lighting, or the sprite textures, so that as the lights go over it, we can really get like the background to pop. And that's where I'm at. All right. Well, everybody take care and have a good night.